My buddy lost his Spotify account for listening to Big Sean. 2015, 2016. And shout out all my TikTok kids that call me Onk. I think that's the funniest shit ever. Anyway, Big Sean was on a tear when we were in high school. I think that was one of the craziest fallouts ever. Like, Big Sean exploded onto the scene, had I think 10 or 12 hit songs, and everyone knows I Don't Fuck With You.
I don't fuck with you.
It was like the top song for anyone from that high school era. When we were running cross country, I was a junior at the time. My buddy Trey was a senior. We'll call him Trey. And my buddy 7'5", and we'll call this kid Joe. Joe was a sophomore. And I think everyone who's been in high school or has had younger kids that want to hang out with you, you can't admit that they're funny or cool because you're older. That's just how it is in high school. I don't know why, but that's just the high school dynamic. You can never admit that the younger kid is actually funny or enjoyable or that you find him entertaining, or else it gives them too much status or ego in their head, right? So we're hanging out after practice one day. I think we were sitting in my car. Long story short, we're hanging out in the parking lot, and Joe's like, let me have the aux, let me play music. And we're all like, no, Joe, no, you can't have the aux. He's like, no, guys, come on. I know the songs you guys like. Let me play some music. So finally we're like, sure, go ahead, play some music. Let's see what you can play. And for anyone who doesn't have some type of premium music, Spotify, Apple Music, you have those family plans. And at the time, Spotify's family plan was you couldn't play music separately. Like, if you had a joint account, if you started playing music on your phone, everyone else hooked up to that account would be able to hear what you were playing. So Joe's playing I Don't Fuck With You by Big Sean.
You little dumbass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
And again, one of the most iconic songs at the time. Had to be a number one song at the time. And his music keeps getting cut off. I don't remember his sister's name, but it says his older sister keeps pausing the music. He's like, oh, she's being such a bitch right now. And he's getting all mad. And we're laughing at his sister continuing to switch the song or pause the song to the point where he texts her. He's like, quit fucking with my playlist. I'm trying to play music for my friends. Well, she responds back, Joe, you're in trouble. The music is playing at the house in front of mom. And Joe had a very kind of sheltered upbringing with his parents. They were very religious people. So for I Don't Fuck With You, you little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you, for that to be playing throughout their house on the Bluetooth speakers was very bad news for Joe. And I remember his whole face just kind of getting pale. He's like, oh shit, guys, I'm in so much trouble. His sister actually called him and was like, Joe, that music was played all over the house and they can tell that it's coming from your phone. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, his mom texted him get home now. He ended up getting grounded for 2 weeks, and they took his Spotify account away. But when I tell you, we were laughing hysterically in the car because he was trying to be cool for the older guys. Oh yeah, let me play some bangers, bro. Let me play some bangers for you guys. And we, the song aside, we were just laughing so hard at the situation because we knew his family and kind of his whole family dynamic, because we were the ones kind of helping him be unsheltered, right? We're like, no, this is kind of like the shit you're going to see and experience in high school. So it was just one of those hysterical things. And like I said, he got his music taken away. And it was one of those things, even him in the moment, knowing he was going to go get in trouble, we were all laughing our asses off because it was he was really just trying to play some music for us and show us oh, no, guys, I get it. I'm cool and hip like you guys. I got music to play. And then he ended up totally just getting in a bunch of trouble at home for I Don't Fuck With You. And every time I hear that song, I just laugh because that's the first story I think of, and just absolutely hysterical from that perspective. And that was one of the funniest things. Reflecting on high school growing up. Me and my buddies, we were very kind of sheltered and naive to just the culture of America. You know what I mean? Especially as far as music, socializing, just a lot of the conversations. And it was funny kind of growing up as you got older in high school, you would see yourself grow up and mature and then see the kids that came after you. And you're like, all right, I'll try to show you the ropes or show you what I've learned, that type of thing. And it's just something that you don't realize till later in life. But it's you are kind of tasked with showing the next wave of your high school generation that's coming after you, or that's a freshman when you're a senior, just to kind of show them the ropes. No, this is how life works when you're a high schooler at this school. So that was something that I kind of didn't realize and didn't appreciate until I was older, like a junior or senior in high school. It's like, wow, like I'm actually an example to these kids. I don't know if I'm a good example, but at least I'm showing them how things actually go around here so they know how to handle things and how to kind of walk through the different situations of life. So that was one thing that was cool. And I went to an all-guys high school, which a lot of people give shit for, like, oh, it's an all-guys prep school. Like, those are the misogynistic, racist schools. And it's like, okay, you can think whatever you want, but what was cool about going to an all-guys school was the culture inside of it was very different. Like, there was a lot of room for not just, like, students to interact with each other, but for your teachers and coaches. Like, there's a lot of boys will be boys, and just the type of communication and humor and social dynamics that happen at an all-guys school. Like, you're still maturing and growing up and developing as a person, but there were so many funny interactions and dialogues that you could just enjoy a little bit more because it's guy humor. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, guy humor is just different. Like, we're all just big kids at heart, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think, honestly, being able to remember that you're a kid, I think it helps. At the end of the day, just remembering that you're a kid also ties into just finding what you actually like to do and who you actually are as a person. And to me, like, being able to discover that throughout the different stages of life actually ultimately helps you figure out what you really enjoy doing, like what you're passionate about, what brings you peace of mind, what actually inspires you to get up and just go chase those dreams and goals that you set for yourself every day. I think just being able to have that dynamic of boys will be boys, kids will be kids, ultimately helps you develop into a good functioning man and adult in society today. So I don't know why I Don't Fuck With You made me think of all that, but that was the hardest I ever laughed, was the back-to-back phone calls. Like, Joe's older sister, you're in so much trouble. You need to stop playing that music because it's playing at the house, and just seeing his face, oh, shit, for real? Is it really? And then, boom, he gets a call from his mom. You need to get home right now. I don't know what you're doing or what kind of music you're listening to, but you're in a lot of trouble, young man. Like, we were just hysterically laughing at that as the older guys that were kind of showing Joe the ropes of high school and the guys that he wanted to hang out with and impress. It was just a really funny thing. And I've got more, again, we're calling him Joe stories, but Joe was one of the funniest kids to go to high school with. There were so many funny stories and interactions with that kid that you just can't make up. So, of course, this could all be a movie script or real story, but that's what we do here on Talks with Tom, and that's today's episode. We'll be back with more soon. And shout out Big Sean, one of the best rappers to ever do it in the 2010s through 2016s. I don't know the fall off, and that's actually something that with artists I don't understand. Like, you become so iconic so quickly, and maybe it's the fame or the fear of losing your reputation or becoming like basic or one-dimensional. I don't know, but like, I miss the old Post Malone songs. I miss the old Big Sean type of rap. Like, I feel like so many artists feel the need to switch things up and change, and I'm all for like taking a chance and trying to kind of grow and expand in your career path. But like, at the same time, just remember what got you there. Like, shit, some of your music from when you started was way better because of how you were doing it versus trying to do what you're doing now. So, and again, I'm not taking shots at anyone because it's not like I'm some big famous celebrity or artist or singer or anything like that, but I just feel like there's so many good songs from certain eras, and all these artists want to switch it up for some reason. Like, sure, experiment, but don't totally just throw everything that got you there out the window and not do it anymore, because then no one wants to listen to your shit. So, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but just my take on why you see all these artists totally fall off the face of the earth and no one listens to any of their songs except for like the old hits from when they started. So that's my spiel. If you have a Spotify shared account, I don't know how it is nowadays, but if you've got a strict household that doesn't like rap songs, make sure you're not playing it on the family shared account. So that's today's episode, and we'll be back with more soon. Talks with Tom.
Fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I got a new chick that I gotta thank God for. I got a new whip that I gotta thank the lot for. Yeah, I got a lot but want a lot more. Yeah, we in the building, but I'm trying to take it to the top floor. Taking shots by the lake till I can't